I've made a big discovery about air source heat pumps. There is a problem with them, and it's us. As homeowners, we're addicted to gas. It's what we're used to. We know how it works, and we rely on its immediacy. Just like everything else these days, we want what we want, exactly when we want it. And in the short term, gas can deliver that. Then comes along the slow-moving heat pump, and it just doesn't deliver in the same way. We work with it as we did with the gas boiler, but then we get disappointed and we say it's the fault of the heat pump. For the past 4 years, we've used our heat pump as if it was a gas boiler. In fact, it still worked well for us and we were saving 75% of our energy usage, but now I've discovered we could be doing even better. The main difference is nothing to do with the heat pump and everything to do with our mindset and how we manage it. Let me explain. I think of the gas boiler as like a high maintenance partner. Living with it is full of drama. When it's working well, life's brilliant. You can set your expectations and the system works to that. But heaven help you if your routine changes. Then you have to approach the thermostat, which is always a challenge. Or you can just plod along with cold hands and feet and wait for the next round of warmth. Temperatures always run high, between 60 and 70 degrees, and we have special thermostats on each radiator so we can make local adjustments when we need to. It's a juggling act to get the house where we need it, which is why it's so tempting to just manage the cold rather than mess around with the thermostat when we change routines. Anyone who suddenly started working at home during COVID will know exactly what I mean. But it's familiar. And familiar is reassuring, and at least you won't have any surprises. But there is one thing that might surprise you, and that's the coefficient of performance, which is the measure of efficiency. In a gas boiler, it's said to be 1 to 0.9, which means every pound you spend on your gas bill, you get 90 pence worth of energy back. But in reality, it's more like £1 delivers 70 pence worth of energy. So what about the heat pump? Well, I think this is more like your easygoing, low-maintenance partner. None of that rushing about to warm up the house in time for you to get home. It's always there for you, working in the background, making sure the house is warm whenever you need it. It keeps gently working away. Don't expect any diva antics here. You just need to trust it has hidden depths and then let it run. And one of its hidden depths is the coefficient of performance. For every pound you put into your electricity bill, you get between £3 and £5 worth of energy back. Now that's a surprise. And it makes it sound like a no-brainer, doesn't it? So what on earth is the problem with heat pumps? Well, I think it's because the message about a heat pump is counterintuitive. For us to be warmer, we need to turn the pump down. And to save money, we need to turn everything on. Now that's hard to understand, so we default to what we know and continue with gas thinking. So what do I mean by gas thinking? Well, you know how this works. We just have on the radiators we need, we adjust the thermostats to give the temperature we expect to want at a given time, and we turn the whole system off at night while we're asleep. It makes sense, doesn't it? Why waste energy when you don't have to? Gas central heating radiators heat up very quickly, so we don't have to worry about sudden changes in weather. We can just turn the heat up or down. But what we don't consider is the cost of heating the house up from scratch every time. That sudden burst of energy from the boiler only has time to heat up the air, so as soon as the heating goes off, the house cools down very quickly. But that's what we've come to expect since central heating came into vogue. Before that, the more efficient houses would have a back boiler behind the main fire, which was never allowed to go out. It heated the water and it gave off some level of background heat. So the heat pump is a bit more like the old back boiler. It never goes off. It heats the water in the house, but these days it holds the whole house at a steady warmth. Sounds good, but we get freaked out when they tell us that it runs at a lower temperature than gas, around 40 degrees depending on your system. And we freak out when they say we shouldn't turn it off. What they don't tell us, or what we don't take in, is that running at a lower heat means the pump's always at its most efficient. And having the radiators and underfloor running full bore all the time means the air is heated just like the gas boiler, but then as it carries on, the fabric of the house heats up, which in turn keeps the air heated, and so you're using less energy all the time. And you end up with a pump that doesn't have to work so hard, so it costs you less, and a house that's fundamentally warm. No need to bother with thermostats. In fact, you're better off without them. Nothing to set up. No trying to work out what you're going to be doing and when you need the heating. Just a house that is reliably comfortable. So the big challenge is us adjusting our expectations. I mean, we were delighted that we just needed the underfloor in the kitchen and 2 towel rails upstairs to keep us warm. And it was working. I mean, a 75% reduction in energy usage isn't to be sniffed at. In fact, it was so good we even took out 2 radiators because we didn't need them. We were using thermostats to adjust the temperature. We had a daytime temperature, evening and night time. And we did that in order to save energy, just like we did with the gas boiler. But then we realised this was costing us. Each time the house cooled down, the pump had to work harder to heat it up again. When the heat stays steady, the pump can tick over in its most energy efficient mode. So what will this heat pump thinking mean for us right now? Well, we need to get rid of the Nest thermostats because they're reducing the efficiency of the system. There's an additional pump on the manifold that needs to come out because it's confusing everything. And we need to add back in the radiators we've removed. If we'd understood at the outset, we'd have saved quite a lot of money on different installations. The weather compensation mode has now been switched on. This is a mechanism that enables the pump to adjust automatically to outside temperatures, so we don't even have to do anything when the seasons change. And the temperature on the pump's been turned down to 40 degrees from the 50 we had it set at before. This makes the pump more efficient and it heats the house perfectly well now all the radiators and the underfloor is switched on. We're not there yet, there's still learning to do, so subscribe and follow along to see how we get on. I'll share what we learn as we go along. I'm fascinated to discover the impact it's going to make to our energy use. And if you've got more wisdom to add, please put it in the comments. I really want to learn about this.